Hello everybody and welcome to my video tutorial on how to code HTML. Now, HTML is in one of the lower grade um, programming languages. It's one of the easier ones, although there are a couple of harder ones, but it's, in my opinion, one of the probably the easiest I know. There's probably easier ones, but this in my opinion is really easy. So let's get right into it. The first thing you're gonna want to do is to code HTML is a a long attention span, whatever, patience. You need a lot of patience, and I mean a lot. If you don't have any patience when you're coding, just give up on the dream of being a programmer, because if that's the entire thing. If you don't have patience, you're not going to learn anything, and that's the same with everything else. If you don't have patience, you're not going to learn anything. And if you are being forced to do this, I suggest you just exit out of this video, or if you are trying to be cool, with your friends, trying to show off and stuff, if you're trying to do that, just exit out. There's no possible reason for you to. Coding is not for showing off. It's all about skill. It's just a little hobby, and it's, just something to do. So, and one last thing you're going to need. You're going to need a decent computer. For me, I'm on my laptop. And the one last thing you're going to need is a creative mind. Now, I'm going to be starting a series of these. If you watch every single one of them, you memorize all the code. I suggest you trying to create something new. Use your imagination. It's very fun to create things using programming languages. It's very, very fun if you know what you're doing. It's very, very fun to, have a problem and then you debug it. It's just a nice thing to do, I guess. Okay, enough of my rambling. Let's get into it. The first thing you're going to want to do is create a new text document. You can name it whatever you want, and I'll show you what you can do last. I'm going to name it HTML, so that I know what I'm doing. The next thing you're going to want to do is double click it. You're going to open it up, and I'll zoom in on this real quick. And for you guys, or for YouTube, I'm going to change the font to about 16, 18 so that you can see. And click OK. So now you can see it. Alright, let's start coding. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you about HTML is a tag. Now let me show you what a tag is. That's a tag right there. Tags are basically like the bases. Like you have pie. Like, let me think of a way to do this. You have a slice of pie and you want to eat it, but you can't eat it without ice cream. And these are like ice cream. The tags are like ice cream, because you just can't have pie without ice cream. Now let's translate that to coding. You can't have a tag, like you can't have a website without tags. And there's going to be a couple other things that I'm going to show you. But basically, there's just tags. That's really the only thing you need to know in HTML. There's just millions and billions of different tags to choose from and to code with. The next thing we're going to need to do is type in header h1 and then you can type, wait, no. Type in the tag title, and I'll show you what you can do next. And then what you're going to want to do is, actually, no, don't do that. And just do title. Now, with title, I'll show you what that does. You just want to type in whatever you want. So, hello, world. And then you're going to want to use an ending tag, which an ending tag is basically, if you don't have an ending tag, that line of code is just going to keep going and 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 keep going until it stops by an ending tag. Now, the next thing we're going to need to do is create our header. Now, there's quite a few of headers you can do. There is header 5, header 4, header 3, header 2, and header 1. What a header is, it's basically the head of the website. When you look at a website and there's like a giant title in the top of it, that's a header. And then you see on the bottom there's a footer. It says like copyright something something LLC 2013. That's a footer. And this is a header. So what I said back then, what I said just a couple minutes ago, was header 5, header 4, header 3, header 2, and header 1. Header, well, basically, I mean, you can also type header if you want, but I'm going to just type H since it's a lot easier to do. It's just an abbreviation. With header 5, it's the biggest, so that means you have the biggest font. And I'm curious to see if you can do header 10, but I doubt it. We can try it. But I'm going to do header 5, and if you do header 5, and then just say hello, and then just type header 5. Well, we need to close it, so header 5. And now we're going to do a paragraph of, just random crap. So we're going to just do P, and then just type, and then close the tag. Well, no. Hello. And we're going to close the tag, so P. And then once you do that, you're all good. And we're going to want, now if you see way up here, okay. So if you see up here, it says HTML. Well, with HTML, it's just going to keep going, but really we're done with this, so we don't really have to end it. No, I didn't explain the HTML tag, my bad. HTML tag basically tells the computer that you're working with HTML. Now this doesn't mean that whenever you type like the coding name in the top, it's gonna, do it. Only if you're in Notepad, and certain programming languages don't work in other, like, they don't work in Notepad. They only work in a certain, program to code in. Like, say, for Java, for example, you can't use Notepad for Java. You can use Notepad++, but you can't use Notepad. And if you want to code proper Java, you need to use Eclipse or NetBeans. Okay, enough of my rambling. Basically, HTML just tells the computer that you're working with HTML. If we were working in a program that knew what we were working with, then we wouldn't need to do that. And just for the sake of this video, I'm going to just close the HTML tag. But if we kept going with the code, we wouldn't need to, because we would just close it at the end of the thing. But since we don't have any code left, there's really no point of. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna do it. The next thing you need to do to finally complete your thing, and we're not done with this video yet, is click on File, Save As, and then you're gonna want to name it as whatever you want. So right here, whatever you want. You know, you can type whatever you want. Hey mom, stuff like that. You can type whatever you want right here. I'm going to type HTML. And then you have to do this. If you don't do this, it's not going to work at all. You want to do whatever you want, dot HTML. If you don't have the dot HTML, it won't work. Then we just click, and this stuff doesn't work. Don't mess with that. And then just click save. And depending, now you just want to lower it. Now depending on your web browser, it's gonna pop up in like a little spreadsheet thing. You want to open it up. It should give you a prompt up that says what browser do you want to open this with. I use Google Chrome. You can use Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer, Opera, whatever you want. It's just whatever you feel is comfortable with you. Now, actually, I will actually be right back. Something is happening. Alright, I am back. Sorry, somebody came into the room. The next thing you want to do is open up your HTML doc. And you just double click it. That's all you have to do. Double click it. And it'll show all the code that we did. When we double click it. Alright, I'm sorry. My editing software cut out. Because Camtasia is the worst recording software in the world. Worst. As I was saying, you just want to open up your HTML doc. As you can see, it says hello, and then it says hello world. If we open up our notepad, that's exactly what we did. So if we do HTML, and then title, hello world, if we typed it like hello YouTube, saved it, Control S, and then press F5 on your keyboard when you're in your web browser. As you can see, it says hello YouTube now. You can modify that however you want. Now, as you can see, our things are way over here. Now, that's not very welcoming. You know, it's not very welcoming. What we're gonna need to do is, first off, we're gonna need to type header 1 and header 1. That's the biggest it can possibly go for headers. And I'm pretty sure you can do it with paragraphs too. And I'm gonna do paragraph 3. So that's font size 3, which is like in the middle. And HTML. If we save it and then refresh the page, as you can see, I guess you can't do that with paragraphs, but it does it with a header. So as you can see, it's larger now, but it's way over there. We don't want it way over there. What we're gonna need to do is do center, okay, and F5. As you can see, it's in our center. Very easy, just the center tag, and plops whatever you want in the center. Now, if we want since there's a closing tag, we can't go any farther. So if we want this to be in the center, we can do that too. It's in the center too. So, that's about all the time I have today. It's going to be way too big of an upload if I keep going. In the next video, we are going to be learning about fonts. Well, we actually learned about fonts. We are going to be learning about font types, colors, and that's about it. Thank you everybody for watching. Again, this is Sugar Rush, and see you later.